Hello, everyone. LJ Young, my daddy, back again. Today, here's another one that had came to me today. I was thinking, hopefully those funny screen things come down. The first 10 seconds are over with because I think this is going to be my last live if that keeps happening because it's really messing up my videos and bothering me. But anyway, this one today is about how come is really titled "How Come I Could Not See." And for those of you that follow me, you guys notice that I don't really use too much profanity in my videos. But this one I'm going to use a little bit because and the only reason why I'm going to do it because I want you to feel how I feel since being out of debt. How much it angers me that I could not see. And this is how I feel inside about it. And hopefully expressing it to you in this way, you'll be able to kind of get an idea if you've always been in debt all your life, living paycheck to paycheck and cannot understand why. I want you to feel what I'm feeling. So now that I'm out, it makes me angry because I'm a smart motherfucker. I'm smart. I'm not a dummy. I'm not dumb. I know how to count. I know how to count money. But I think to myself, how come I couldn't see that? How come I couldn't see that if I kept paying more for things, I would never get financially ahead? How come I didn't see that? I have no idea. But that's how it makes me feel inside. I'm a smart motherfucker. So now that I'm out and I see it more and more every day, all right, more and more every day, and then I think to myself, that is powerful stuff. That is powerful. To be in debt and have not a clue that you're in debt, not a clue that I did not own anything. That pisses me off. So now that I'm out, I think to myself, because I was hard on myself for not thinking, hey, I ain't no dummy. I'm not a dummy. I know how to count, but I stopped. Now I can look around. There's doctors, lawyers, pharmacists in the same situation. So it has nothing to do with intellectual smarts. Nothing. I want you guys to see and feel I'm telling you what is right now. But if you're in debt, like if when you're looking at me and you're kind of getting upset, I want you just to stay with me here. Just follow the math. I always have to say this because this is very important. When you hear me talk and you say, "Who are you? Who is this guy? What does he know? He don't know everything." Those are feelings. I want you to take your feelings totally out of it. I don't. It doesn't really matter if you like me or not. Take your feelings out of it and go by the math. Just go by the math. Just what I'm saying. You might not like what I'm saying, but say, dang, okay, if I do this, add that. Yeah, he's right. His math is right. Go by the math. I go like this. When I find how many cars I finance, I have no idea. But how come never once did I stop and say, wait a minute, if I keep paying more for cars than what they're worth, how am I ever going to get financially ahead? That's the answer to paycheck, no matter how much money I made. But anyway, back to what I was saying. I'm not a fucking dummy. But it makes me feel like I'm one. Then, like I said earlier, then I look around. It has nothing to do with intellectual smarts. This is how powerful that is. This is how powerful it is. Nothing to do with intellectual smarts. There's doctors, surgeons, lawyers, pharmacists, all kind of people, smart business people that know how to make money are in this exact same situation and have not a clue that they are. It's crazy. And you know how easy it is? Add up all your debt, find out everything, and add it up. If it's in the negative, that is your net worth. How come I didn't do that? I don't know. That would have answered all my questions. Wait a minute. I got a mortgage on that house. That's really not my house. I'm just $300,000-$400,000 in debt. That's it. I don't own that house, but yet I was going around telling people I was a homeowner. Oh yeah, I had matching cars to go in the garage and everything. I didn't even own the cars. How come I didn't know that? I don't know. But I thought I did. As you can see, today is one of those days because it happens often. And the reason why it happens often because let me like I said before in my other videos, I see the personal finance system like the back of a ticking watch. All the gears, they just flow together and they all work together. There's many pieces. I want you to understand there's many pieces, okay? And none of it's hidden. There's no such thing as big bad banks. You know, that's what you're mad at them because they're in the business of making money. They're making money. They're doing their business just like any other business. It doesn't. You don't like what they just like you go to the store. You don't like their service or restaurant. You don't go there no more. Stop using them if you don't like them. They're not forcing you to do anything. But back to the ticking watch. I'm telling you, I kid you not, this is how I see the financial system, and it is brilliant. I respect it 100%. I respect it. It makes me have respect for it. It demands it. The system demands the respect. Tick and watch. All the gears flowing together. And you know what the biggest one is right here on top? The IRS. They're the biggest one. Why do you think they have so much power? Tax evasion. That's just harsh. Why do you think that is? Because if they let people break the system, because it's part of the system. This is how it works, people. This is how it works. They're not a big bad IRS. They're a piece in the whole puzzle. That's it. That's all you need to understand is they're the biggest piece. Understand that they're there. Why do you think they're so harsh? If this one broke, the whole system would snap. There's a reason. Understand this, okay? I want you guys to hear what I'm saying. There's a reason why it's in place. Why, if you mess around, you will go to prison. There's a reason. You know why? Because it's the biggest piece in the whole puzzle. And with me telling you this, it really means nothing, really. Because half of over the United States they won't even understand what I'm saying. They'll be like, what is this dude? He's crazy. And all you got to do is add up the math and you'll be like, oh shit, that makes sense. Math answers it all. But people are too scared, just like me. Just like me. I'm just going back and forth between you and me, okay? I want you guys to understand that. I'm mad at myself the most. When I cuss, I'm just thinking about me. Because had I known this at 20, you have no idea how easy it is to become a millionaire. You have no idea. I'm not even saying I'm one. I'm not saying I'm one, because I'm not. I'm just saying you have no idea how easy it is to become a millionaire. Things that you think are expensive, they're not really that expensive. You know why they seem expensive? Because I was in debt, you're in debt. That's why it seems expensive. That's it. I know, doesn't it sound simple when I say it? Because that's how it is. That's exactly how it is. I see it every day. It's clear as day. I can't even watch like regular TV. I can't watch regular TV. You know why? There's so many commercials on trying to sell me shit on the apps, on the TV, on the internet. It's overwhelming. And I think back before, I'm like, I didn't really notice that before. I didn't know how much stuff was being sold to me every minute of the freaking day. It was just part of my life. Today, oh my God, that drives me crazy. I can't take it. But when I was in debt, I didn't see it. All I'm saying, those people that say like this, okay, especially you guys out there, I want you to understand, especially you guys out there that make some really, really good money and you're still living paycheck to paycheck, still doing it, and you cannot figure out why, I'm talking to you. You have a big enough shovel to scoop out right now, okay? You can do it fast. You can do it real fast, take a couple years. I can tell you how, it's so easy. But I'm just not, so that you understand, you have the biggest enough shovel to scoop out of this mess really, really fast. And remember, everything changes. It's probably one day not going to be like that. So take this opportunity right now. You cannot care what anybody else says. You can't. Let me tell you, I'm 100% debt free. I want you to ask 10, 20, 30 of your friends and say, hey, are you debt free? See if some even know what you're talking about when you say that. I want you to look for two reactions. The one that says, oh, that's impossible, that's the reaction like, no. And the other one's like, huh? What are you talking about? Yeah, look for those two. And then think about what I'm saying. You got a big enough shovel to scoop out of this debt fast. And I guarantee you, you will never, ever go back. Nothing in this world will ever make me go back in debt. Ever. I don't care what it is. I don't care what anybody says. If you have had a student loan longer than 10 years, you are a slave. You're a slave. Add up all the money you paid through that student loan. Your college is very expensive. Very expensive. Listen to me when I'm gonna say this, okay? And I want you guys to focus on how you will non-react to what I'm gonna say. Okay? It'll be not a big deal. I want you to feel it, okay? When I say this, I want you to naturally feel, if you're relaxed, like, that's not a big deal. I want you to become aware of that and stop and think, why am I so relaxed like that? Okay? Here we go. You ready? You ready? All right, let's go. You ready? No, I'm going. Okay. If you don't pay off that student loan, it will be with you until you are dead. You will have a debt until you're dead. Forever. Would you pay for a car forever? Would you pay for a motorcycle forever? Would you pay for a house forever? Then why in the world would you pay a student loan forever? Does that make any kind of mathematical sense at all? I'm not even being smart. Go by the math. This stuff is not hidden. Me saying this stuff to you, it's not threatening the system. You know why? Because there's so few of us up here that understand this. It's not a threat. Half of you wouldn't even believe what I'm saying anyway. You believe it's impossible. If you believe it's not true, it's going to be not true. You don't have to be rich to be well off. That's a myth. I want you to understand that. That's a myth. Okay? When you see people flashing all these cars, these overpriced cars, like they say, hey, this Bugatti's worth $1 million. To who? To who? Who says that's $1 million worth a car worth $1 million? Who? Bugatti? Everything's relative. It doesn't matter. It's not worth $1 million to me. But if Bugatti says it and you believe it, hey, it's worth $1 million. And that's anything. When I'm saying this, I'm not even hating on the businesses because I understand it's business. I'm just saying what is. It's not hidden. I'm mad at myself. I'm fucking mad at myself. What scares me the most is that I made it from age 18 to 40 without somebody knocking at my head and saying, hey, man, do you know what you're doing with your money? Let me show you on paper so you can see, so you don't think I'm just full of crap. Then if somebody would have shown, now I'm not saying that I would have believed them, but if they showed me with math, it would have made some kind of light come off in my head and say, wait a minute, if he's full of shit, his math would be full of shit. But his math is not full of shit. Then I would have went off thinking. And I'm telling you, people, I came across being debt-free by total accident. It wasn't even on purpose. You know why? Because I had no idea I was in debt. Though I was in debt, I had no idea I was in debt. I thought because everybody did what they did, car payments and credit cards and all this finance and phones, I thought everybody did that. That's not true. Just people in my world did that. Step out of that, oh, that's far from the truth. Very far from the truth. I came across, let me share with you how I accidentally came across debt free. I was trying to get a loan to cover another loan. Here I'm making 6 digits, best credit in the world, not missed a payment, and they denied me. Right there, I stopped and think to myself, what do you mean you denied me? You told me that if I kept my credit good, had a good job, made a good income, you would always give me credit, and which they did until one day they stopped. And I said, what? You you said if I do these steps, I can have forever money. This is how it just I'm just saying. This is how I thought in my head. It was I'm a smart motherfucker, and I didn't see that. That's how powerful that is. That's powerful. And I said, what? It confused me, but something went off in my head, and I was like, wait a minute. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2 equals 5. 1, 2 equals something wasn't making sense. 1 plus 1 kept equals something else other than 2. And I was like, what's going on here? Something doesn't make sense. So I started looking. Debt, Googling debt. Then I came across Dave Ramsey. And then he was doing the stuff that just made sense. Why? Because the math made sense. And I was like, that makes sense. Then I did it. When I got out, my eyes opened up. They are crystal clear. Let me tell you something so you guys will know and understand this. Money is spoken in 2 languages, debt and debt free. If you've been in debt all your life, all you speak is debt. If you get out of debt, you speak both. And when you're debt free, you speak totally different. There's certain things you don't say out loud. There's certain things you don't say. Why? Because you manage your money well. You don't do these things. That's why they don't happen. Like when people complain about overdraft fees. That's somebody that doesn't manage money well, because they wouldn't be getting overdraft fees if they managed their money well. Some people depend on overdraft and complain about it out loud. Now that I'm debt free, that immediately tells me that person has no idea they don't manage their money well, or else they wouldn't be in that situation. And you know what else? And again, I'm not hating on the banks. Guess what? The banks get interest off of overdraft fees. So they get interest off of money that they shouldn't even be getting in the first place, that they get for free, and they make an interest off of that money. That's pure fucking genius. Financial genius. Excuse me for cussing, but I'm angry about it. Why? Because I should have saw it. I kid you not. That's financial genius. How come I didn't see it? I don't know. That's powerful conditioning. That's powerful. Intellectual people out there, I hope you hear me. Listen to my math. I don't care if you like me or not. Watch the math. If you got where you got making the money you make, there's a reason for that. Apply that same math to your finances and it'll change your life. Your whole life will turn around. Stop to yourself and say, man, it took me this intellectual smarts to get to this point to make this kind of money. I'm here. Why? Because of this. Take that same this and put it on your finances. And you just have to go to 6th grade math. That's it. 6th grade math. And that's not even an insult. I'm not even, if you're insulted by it, move your feelings out the way. Those are feelings. Move them. Move your feelings out the way. Say, F him. No, move those feelings. Those are feelings. Go by the math. Is the math right? That's all that matters. It has nothing to do with intellectual smarts. It's social smarts. Social finance smarts. I just made that up because it makes sense. Social finance smarts. You see these big companies, Amazon, Microsoft, they're making billions. Why do you think they're making billions? They understand how it works. I'm not even mad at them. You know what? When I hear them make billions, you know what I hear? There's plenty of money for everybody to come and get it. You just got to come get it. They didn't say I'm gonna give it to you. You can't just do it. You can't skip the steps that everybody else had to climb to get to their point. You can't just take the elevator to the top. You can't do that. You gotta understand the system. This kind of stuff right here, I'm telling you, this is not taught in schools. I want you to understand that this is not taught in schools. But at the same time, it's not hidden either. It's not hidden. They're not hiding. I want you to understand, you guys, They're not hiding anything. Nothing's hidden. This is not a big secret. Nobody's going to come get me or something like that because none of it's hidden. It's a choice. You choose to believe your math or not. It's that simple. Either you believe your math or you don't. If you choose not to, you'll be forever living in a debt matrix, forever. This is where you will live until you're dead. Because if you have a student loan and you have no idea when you're going to pay it off, that's what you're saying mathematically. I'm going to have a debt until I am dead. In other words, I'm going to be a slave forever, a free slave. This is no joke, people. That's it. I feel better. I feel better now, man. I had to release that. That was all built up inside of me. I said, let me get on and record this moment right now because it happens every once in a while. It doesn't happen too often, but every now and then it happens. Okay? Because I understand where I would have been financially had I known just this simple stuff. That's all. That's all. I thank you for listening. I appreciate you guys all. Comment. Please subscribe if you want to know more. All right, you guys have a good one.